and get that going. Hey YouTube, it's Yolanda at DryerBuzz.com. We were over here hanging out on Periscope, and I decided to go ahead and bring you guys in for another episode of It's All Blog. And as you can see, here's the book up here. It's called 27 Answers to Create Buzz, and we're going to be having some topic and discussion behind that. And then also over here, actually talking about the YouTube channel. So I said I'll go ahead and bring you guys in. We're talking about how to use our YouTube channel and our YouTube videos, and as along with other live videos. So right here below you guys, they're watching on Periscope. And so one of the things I want to do, as you know, when I go live on YouTube, I want to make sure that it is. So we're going to go back to our homepage here on YouTube. And then it's going to tell me that I have a live video going. See right there? So anybody that lands on my channel, it tells them that I have a live video going. I think I have it muted, so I don't have to hear it. And I'm going to go ahead and add it to It's All Blogging playlist, which I have a playlist called It's All Blogging. So any of the videos that I do on It's All Blogging, I have the playlist embedded to DryerBuzz.com. So therefore, anybody that's on DryerBuzz.com can go ahead and watch that. Now, I'm not going to add that to the playlist live, DryerBuzz Live, because I'm doing something a little bit different with that. And basically, I'm recording this live so that I can actually have it. And there's some viewers popping in. Hi, guys. So that I can actually have that where I don't have to go back and archive it later. Okay? All right. So I can see the shot that they have. And if you notice, we'll go over here to DryerBuzz. And we're going to look down our sidebar. If I don't remember where I put it. Let me see here. I might need to, I don't want to put it on live. Oh, okay, I got it. I got to put it on this one right here. There we go. Okay, now, so 2 playlists. This one is all my video. This one is all the video, so it should pop in right there. There we go. Okay, now, so we've got 2 places. This one, they know that one's finished, and this one, it'll tell them that it's actually live right now when they get to the site. So, again, I woke up, I put on my uniform, which is my DryerBuzz shirt, and also I wish I could bring that down a little bit. Maybe I can bring it down a little bit. I feel like my YouTube video is like really high. There we go. Get them some of that table in there. And then I can always, there we go. Does that better? Yes, because I can see the brand there. Okay. All right. So for those of you that are hanging out, you know, on Periscope. Periscope is kind of unlimited. It's not, I mean, Periscope is pretty much random. I don't have a set time that I go live on Periscope. I do have a set time that I go live on Facebook at 9 a.m. on the East Coast. And then, of course, we're doing a little bit more with YouTube. Now that YouTube is, again, mobile friendly. I've had a YouTube channel for the past decades. I've got 10 years of content out there. So hopefully I didn't lower that where you guys are seeing my shorts. I work from home. All right, so what we've done is we created our content this morning, and now what we want to do with it as far as the blog is concerned. For those of you that are on YouTube, if you're seeing this video anywhere on the web, DryerBuzz.com is where it actually will end up. Same thing with Periscope. So as you can see on my blog, depending on if you're doing the desktop, and let me tell you guys, if you are not back at your desktop, you need to be back at your desktop. If you are a creative or an entrepreneur, and I don't even want to say entrepreneur, I'm burnt out on entrepreneurs. But if you are a creative, you've got to get back to the desktop. I had not been at my desktop since 2014. My desk was stacked to here with paper and books and all kind of stuff. I knocked it all off. I started working on creating a space. I saw this picture. This is an actual collage at a student art exhibit. I purchased it. It's very valuable to me now. It's where she took articles and she made a collage of a woman. And I have the name saved on my phone. I can't tell you what it's called. But I love it. And I said, it's got to go in the space. So I finally picked it up and I finally got it hung. And that's in the space. Over here, this little swing right here, I got this at Five Below for $5. and I put the book there, and I have another one on this side. There's two walls. My desk fits kind of in a little cubby, and so I have another book up here that we're getting ready to put some other things on, and just things that I wanted to work in the space. I have my little DryerBuzz.com, and you guys can see that, and I can flip that over because and when you're holding up, you're streaming, you want to hold up things, and this was made for me, and it's binge on Buzz is my little saying. So I like to have that nearby. I have a basket here that my goal with this basket is to see how long I can keep it empty. And you can already see things are piling up in there because we all have that junk basket, the junk drawer. Hello there, Chris Nicole. I'm working on a basket of books. These are books that I like to have in my space. This was our This Ain't That Book Club selection. That's what we're reading this week. This was our This Ain't That Book Club selection for last week. This is the original copy of my book. As you can see, we changed the book cover out. And this was one of our selections. It's called Present Over Perfect. I like that because when I have issues of trying to stay in the present moment and just do it without it being perfect, like going live right now, this wasn't perfect. We have to get it perfect, but at the same time, we have to just do it because it encourages others, right? Somebody will say, well, hey, she can do it, I can do it. Self-Made, this is a book by Nellie Galen. I got this book by attending a workshop, a full day workshop that Coca-Cola did. And Nellie is leading the Latino movement of women entrepreneurs. And so I was like, well, let me find out what they're doing, because what they're doing is what we've done or should have mastered. And so I wanted to read that. The Entrepreneur Mind, I got this book at a conference as well, because you know how you go to a conference, you meet a lot of wonderful people, you hear a lot of sound bites, and you buy a lot of books, and they sign them. Like, you have to read those books. You have to take time to do the work. It's one of the reasons why I don't go to conferences year after year after year, and I try not to go to the same conferences over and over. The last conference that I really, truly invested in time and money was Blog Her in 2012. When I left Blog Her in 2012, I walked out of there with a list of mentors, people that I knew I needed to meet before I went to the conference, right? People that I bought dinner. I didn't just go to the sessions that they were on or just get the sound bites. I bought them dinner. I bought them drinks. I got time with them, and I left there with them as my mentor. And I left there with a 5-year plan. A 5-year plan of things I wanted to implement and things I wanted to happen. And then I came home and I did the work for those 5 years. Now, mind you, I went in 2012. I had a goal for where I wanted to be in 2017. In 2017, at 5 years, I wanted to retire. So basically, I worked on my exit strategy, right? I thought I would travel these last 3 years. 2014, I left my job. I was going to go write, travel, speak. I built up the platform. I become a household name. I'd written the books, written the blog. I had opportunity to do radio. I was a contributor on all this stuff. I built this. The biggest question people have is, what if it works? What if your plan actually works? Nobody ever talks about that. My plan worked. It worked phenomenally. And then my mother became ill. And I went back to those same mentors. I went back to another conference and I said, okay, how do I take time off? How do I take time off and not lose everything? How do I take time off and people still go read the blog? How do I take time off? People still come to the events. And nobody had the answers. I said, okay, well, you got to be the one that you've been the one to write the answers before. You've got to come up with the answers. People need an exit strategy. They was like, well, people, we just grind. We don't sleep. We just grind. The hell, I want to sleep. I don't want to grind. I want to sleep. I want to rest. I want to wake up and not be afraid. I want to go to bed at night and not have to worry. I want to answer my phone. That was my goal, and there was no conference out there for that. Well, there was a conference out there. Let me stop saying that. There was a conference out there. There was answers out there. You know who those answers was with? The daggone AARP. I went to one conference, and they had a session And I'm trying to think what conference it was, because I'm looking at the lineup, and it's like, oh, how to do this. And I was like, done that, know that person. I know all them people. Hell, I taught half of them how to do social media, and I did this and that, And then I saw this session put on by the AARP, and it talked about caregivers. And I'm like, that's where I need to go. So that was a session that I went to. Go in there, learn how to be a caregiver, learn how not to lose everything, learn about when you're rushing to having to learn about medications and learning about services so you don't lose your mind, or end up with new patches of gray hair, Like, that's my life now. And so I stopped going to the blogging sessions and the social media sessions, and I started going to the exit strategy sessions and how to automate, your processes, how to keep your customers, how to delegate. Delegate was really big for me over the last 3 years. I had to let other people host the podcast, let other people write the blogs, so that I could do what I needed to do, and that was take care of family. I hadn't been in my kitchen. I've been on that grind for a decade. I hadn't cooked family dinner. I had a son say, he don't know what my food tastes like, because his sisters prepared all his meals. And I'm like, wait a minute. If I can't be what my family needs me to be, what was it all for? What is it all for that everybody knows my name if I can't then take a year off, right? And while I couldn't find the answers, I could develop the answers. I could write the answers. I could publish the answers. And not only did I take a year off, I just took 3 years off. And I'm sitting here, and I have the most amazing memories of spending those 3 years with my mother, and I'm still sad. But then it's like that scene in the movie. You cry, but then here comes the laugh. Here comes the moments that feel good. We did this, and we were able to do that. And yeah, I thought we had more time, but we didn't. Yeah, I thought we were going to be able to do more, and I was putting some things in place for us to do more. And no, that was it. That was it. You've done. Service well done. You've done. So now I've got to rejuvenate. Okay, I no longer have to escape. I no longer have to discover. Now it's time to rejuvenate. And when I thought about where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do, I knew there was one person to get me there, and she wrote a book about it. She wrote a book about what she had been through, and it's a mini book that she just uses as a business card, because she bought 27 Answers to Create Buzz, where in which I say your book is your business card. Okay, your website. You need to have a website. You need to have social media, but you also need to have it in print, because not everybody's going to go to your website. Not everybody wants to go to your social media. Some people, your true premium customers, they ain't trying to go to your Facebook page. They ain't even trying. They don't even know what all that stuff is. But you give them a book, they're going to put the book on their shelf. They're going to keep the book forever. And when they need it, like I needed it today, even though she gave me this in December 2016, I needed it today. I was able to go back to the book, even though I can't find her business card, but in her book, and she tells me why it is that she is the travel agent that she is. Where she, in her book, and she tells me why it is important to travel. Not just the fact that she's a travel agent. She tells me why it's important to travel. Why is it important to go on a journey? Why it's important to travel with friends, which is all that I want to do right now. I can then go to her book, because her book is her business card, and I can get all her links right there. And again, she reminds me of her experience, her certification, her education, and why she is number one in her why she is number one in our community when it comes to traveling. And then not only that, the book cover with this amazing picture. It's like, I want that. I need that in my life. And here I have time to do it. I'm an empty nester. I've taken care of my parents. And guess what? I now have time. And 3 years ago when I asked, how do I take a year off? Nobody could tell me. But ask me, how do you take a year off? You delegate. You delegate. You don't have to give up your business. I had to stop traveling. I had to stop hosting boot camps. I had to stop making money. But then all I had to do was to delegate. I had to get a virtual assistant. Okay. I had to get a chef to come and do my breakfast. I had to get somebody to plan it all, because I said all I can do for the breakfast when I was hosting breakfast with DryerBuzz. And I'll show you that. And I know it's probably backwards on the screen. This was one of my banners that I would put up in the salons and the barber shops. And I said, well, I can only show all I have the mental capacity to do right now is just to show up on that day and give you of me what I have to give. I couldn't spend months planning, and I couldn't spend time on the phone booking speakers and all of that. I had to delegate it. You know, I had to let other people, I had to trust other people to write. I had to build a team. I had to be able to say, I trust everyone around me. TEAM. I had to get that team in place of people that I trust. I had to make sure that the people that on this team, I didn't have to make apologies for them. I didn't have to give any disclaimers, and they didn't give me any side effects. When people start giving you side effects, you got to address it right away, and it's time to move on. So let's move on. All right, so you guys are watching over there on YouTube, and you're watching on Periscope. Say hello to everybody. You're also watching on DryerBuzz.com, and some of my YouTubers, you're probably over here watching on DryerBuzz.com. It's all blogging. No matter what platform you're on, no matter what content you're putting out there, it is literally all blogging. Thank you so much for those hearts. Okay, so in fact, let me share this out. In fact, I need to do it from over here. So let me go into it on my Twitter, and I'm going to share that on my Facebook. This is embedded tweet. Cool. Share. This is add to. Why does, I can add to other moments. Why does Twitter have an add to? Twitter has an add to button. What is that? Is anybody using the moments add to a new moment? And this is one thing I want to discover today. I need to discover, let me see, broadcast detail, S for follow, S for share broadcast. Let me share this broadcast, guys. I'm going to share it on Twitter. Get that going. Okay. I need to go back because I was looking at moments the other day, and I noticed that Twitter has moments now, which basically creates a storyline. So I've got to explore that a little bit, coming back into the blogging space. Okay, so what I've done, and I try to get done before noon. Noon, I want to be in my recliner, just chilling out, watching television. So we have about a good 40 minutes. And what I've done this morning already, I did a couple of videos. But what I'm going to do, I was invited to do a tasting. I have a hashtag out there called Feed a Blogger. And I was invited to a tasting. And so now, and I did it live on the social media platform. So what I want to do now is archive that, because on Tuesday afternoon I have an email blast that's going to automatically go out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to, it says log in as DryerBuzz. I don't need to log in. And you had 12 or 12:30? Okay. So I have a deadline of 12 o'clock. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see here on my Instagram, I went to this amazing tasting. So I have all of this content out here on social media from experiencing this amazing food. They gave me a table of 4. So I took some friends with me. We went and had lunch at the soft opening. And this is all the food that we were able to eat and consume. And it was absolutely delicious. And I'm looking for the video that has the different food in it. This has the pictures, I think. Yeah, see, this one has pictures in it of the food. And then I have video. Like this one was the cobbler. Yeah, this is the video. If I can get Instagram to play it. Oh, I got the other thing playing. It's not going to play. Okay, I forgot I got something playing in the back. Why is something playing in the back? Oh, this is playing. No wonder. Okay. There we go. Easter just dropped in front of me. It is the blueberry cobbler. We each got one. Oh my God, what are we going to do? They're talking, but I'm eating. I'm going in. Oh my God, you guys. You have no idea. All right, so I have all of that content out there that when we live, and this is what was their request that we post, that we would be invited to this table, have a table at the tasting, and they wanted to see it posted. And as you know, Instagram is that influence platform, so I put it on Instagram. But now I want to archive it, and I want to, because I want to capture, now that it's a bustling restaurant that's open and people are coming to Atlanta, they ask me where should they go eat, and they usually, when they're looking up stuff on Atlanta, they usually end up at DryerBuzz. And I want to make referrals. I want to make sure that there's an exchange for them inviting us out to the tasting. I don't want the timeline to just go dead. I want a nice relationship with them so that we can have an equal exchange. They invited us out to lunch, gave us all this amazing food. Now comes the exchange. Well, you got to, and I like to lead with that kind of offer. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and archive all of this content. And let me tell you something. When you post something on Instagram, there are millions of sites out there that's grabbing your content, especially if your profile is public, that are running your content. So you want to make sure that you put something on your website as well. You definitely want to, you can't necessarily monetize, get residual from your Instagram. You can get the residual income, here, from your website. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to go back to my blog, which I use a WordPress, and I've used WordPress since the beginning of WordPress. And I'm going to take those Instagram posts, and I do have the original video saved out here, but at the same time, I want somebody that's coming to the blog to also follow me on Instagram. So I'm going to take the Instagram post, and I'm going to take those Blue Rose Art Bistro. And usually I call mine Buzz 2 Bistro for a tasting. And then I'm just going to say follow the buzz and DryerBuzz. And then I would go feed a blogger, because that's a hashtag, right? So I'm going to put that there, and then just a little bit of a narrative. Hashtag feed a blogger. There's a new panini in town. How about that? And again, I'm thinking of just a little bit of verbiage for the search engine purposes. And I'm going to say there's a new panini in town. The town of Douglasville, that is. That is. Minutes from Atlanta. I'm writing in my head. I'm sorry. It says, there's a new panini in town, the town of Douglasville, Georgia, that is. Minutes from Atlanta. The drive is worth it. But Douglasville is where we live. So if you want to meet us for lunch, we're suggesting Blue Rose Art Bistro. For the Caprice panini with a cup of hot tomato basil soup. Served. Tomato basil soup followed by hot blueberry cobbler. Of course, wash it. Blueberry lemonade. Sorry, Periscope, got a call. Of course, you've got to wash it all down with blueberry lemonade while you take in the art. Art and sounds around. Oh, art and sounds all around. All around. You already know we're no stranger. You already know DryerBuzz is no stranger to buzzing about Douglasville, Georgia. Douglasville, Georgia. You already know DryerBuzz is no stranger. Another gem. Community. Community of amazing creators. The Buzz. Buzz from the recent tasting. Tasty of many items. Stop opening. Then I'm going to say where they're located. So we're going to grab their location information. And this is blogging. It's all blogging. No matter what platform you're putting it on, no matter if you are archiving it at your own website, no matter if you're just dropping a line, even if you tweet or have an